So what size heating element is that?
2 kilowatt.
2 kilowatt.
Let's get into the.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll just stay in the boiler. So next will be obviously to just add the grains.
Have you checked to see what happens if grains go through the pump?
Sorry?
Hypothetically?
Oh, hypothetically, the grains.
Yeah. Going through the pump, does it break? Or?
No, this pump can, it's got no. I've never ever had to clean the pump, ever, so, and I've had, before this version, like the way older last year's version, had a much bigger gap here, much bigger gap. So we would often have grains, just from adding grains, from scooping into the, adding a lot of grains would actually fall in there and just go and stuff, and it just, I've never had to clean or disassemble the pump, so it's been working. If you open it, it doesn't have a lot of fine bushings and things, it's quite sturdy, so
cool.
Yeah. So it's been working quite well, definitely. So next will be, I'll just put a little bit of grain in there. Let's see.
No, he's not doing
Cold water.
Yeah, it's just cold water.
That'll be about a brews worth that you got in your arms there, eh?
What I've got here is 5 kg.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be.
So
we'll talk about. About grain weight.
Normally put that all in, other words, or a mix of that.
Yeah, so we just put it all, give it a mix. This is 5 kg. So what we can do, our allowance for grain weight. The minimum, I guess it's not really a minimum, but the lowest I've done is about 4.2 kgs, and the highest I've done is 9 kgs.
Okay.
So, and
what was the gravity of that 9 kilo one?
It was big.
Yeah. It's like 10% beer, right?
Yeah, that was split. So because it's it was such a big beer. It was just once it came out, we split it with water to make 2 4.5.
Oh, right. Okay.
So 50 litres of.
Oh, you chicken nuts.
Come on,
Oh, man,
Then you have more beer. Then you have 2 taps.
That is beer. That's pretty cool.
So you can have the choice. That's our. Most of the beers I make is around 6.5 kg, and I like 7.5 actually. I like another 7.5 kg. But yeah, we can go up to 9. I think 9 is that.
What alcohol would that be? What ABV of the beer?
For a 6.5 kg. Well, this recipe that I did the other day was 6.3, and I think it's like a 5.6% beer. Yeah, 5.6% beer. Yep. So it's about that. So this is 5 kg of grain. The top plate. So you push that in. Get this little overflow block. So normally, if we have for about a 5 kg grain weight, if we had all 5 kg. So this is our telescopic this pipe where it goes up and down. So for 5, it'll probably end about there. Yeah, roughly for 5, so that we've got all the space to go up more.
So this is at the beginning of the mash. You just.
So so I've just inserted the grains, mixed it with the water, put that in, and insert. So this one, once you push this down to the level where the grain and the water. So if I have it there, you just push it down to just right about there. Okay. Keep it like that for now. Put that in. This only uses 500 watts of the element, because we found that how the element works is it will heat up to 67 once it gets there, cut off, and if it feels it's getting a bit colder, then go back on, heat back up, and with the 2 kilowatt element it would often go 67, go to 66 obviously, and then go up to 68, and then so forth. So we found that that wasn't, we wanted to keep it as temperature consistent as possible, so flick that over to mash, or only use 500 watts. So if it does feel it's getting a bit cold, it only uses it to 500 watts and it doesn't overshoot. So that was just to keep your temperature as consistent as you can
What's
have
the
it.
tolerance setting on there? Is it 1 degree? Is it? Or?
Sorry.
So it waits till it goes down 1 degree and then turns it on again. Is it? Or?
No, not even one. It's like not even one. Without that switch, when I was using 2 kilowatts, it would say at 67, it would go to 66 and 68, back 67, 66, 68. Yeah. With the switch, I can get it. Obviously, when you first add grains, your grains are at room temperature and your mash water is at 67. So as the mash water goes through the grains, it's just going to warm them up a bit, so your temperature might drop a bit. Once everything's at 67 in there, if you have a 60-minute mash, it'll just stay at 67 for the. That's been really.
Give you a readout of the current temperature on there as well.
Yeah, so this is the current temperature. If you want to set it, you just have this bursting through the grain continuously, and that's where this little overflow inlet comes in as well. So that's another thing. We don't want too much water sitting on top of the grain not being used. So
Can you set the speed?
no, it's just a continuous speed there, like that. Okay, just continuously goes. So on a mash, 60, 70-minute mash over.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Genius.
Yeah, it's such an easy.
Who thought of that?
I did.
That's genius. That is brilliant. That is. Oh, yeah.
It's really funny. You get about the first 10 minutes, you get that kind of haziness, cloudy, and then you can see it starting to clear up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You mean during the mash?
Yeah,
During the mash, yeah.
So it becomes clear.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, that fine. That's just
normally you're doing that now at the sparge point. Do it, but
Yeah, but it started already.
We got
That's pretty cool.
urn we're bringing out too for heating up the.
yeah. So and for just heating up your sparge water, because sparging is, let's say, about 75 degrees that you want to sparge with. So we'll have an urn where you can set it to 75, so it goes up to there. Heat it up while your mash is going, and then once your mash is done, put that in. So what I'd normally do at this stage, I'd lift it up, and then, so with sparging, like normally I just set in, once mashing's done, set it to 75, so wait till it gets to 75 and I'll do a mash out for 10 minutes, so let it recirculate at 75.
Oh, you can do that. Right?
Yeah, so just set
Oh,
it
before I pull
it out.
Yeah, okay.
10-minute mash out of recirculating it, just for that mash out. Then pull it out.
How quickly is it going to step up to your mash?
Okay, so from mash, from
10, 12 degrees.
Yeah, so from mash out, from 67, 66 to 75 is about 3 minutes 50 seconds. So that's all that.
So you've done this.
I'm quite, I've done this.
using 500 watt or 2000.
That's okay. So what I do then is just, you just need to keep mind, just flick it over to 2000 before boost it, just boost it up. It'll obviously take a while longer if you leave it at 500, but boost it up. At this stage, I'm not too worried anymore about the temperature as in the mashing, so this stage I'll flick it from mash to normal, and that's when I'll leave it at normal at the 2 kilowatts now. So then I'll lift this up, and I'll flick this, there's a mash, that's mash there, and I'll flick it over to boil. So with mash you have the set there, and you can set in obviously any temperature you want for your mashing, then for your sparging. Flick it over to boil and it'll bypass this and just go straight to boil. So what I'd normally do is flick it over to boil and pour over some sparge, let it sparge, and while that's just heating up.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So just 3 minutes to raise the temperature of the whole lot to mash out temperature.
of that, of what's, from 67 to 75, 350. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Makes me no crap.
The other question I had was what's the pump being on during the mash? Are you able to?
You're world famous now, Jason.
Sorry?
With the pump being on during the mash, can you control when it's on? Like if I decide, I want to recirculate for the first 20 minutes, and I also want to recirculate for the last 10. And that's it. Can I do that?
You can just.
Oh, that is the switch. So I missed that at the start.
Oh, so yeah, so just
That's
flick
just-
it on and
Wasn't sure if that was power or the pump. I was
close it up with that. So you've got the pump controls on and off, so yeah, you can do that. Then your mash and boil and your setting functions. Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you can control when. Yeah. I've never done that. Do you do that for?
I don't have
pump it
I don't
for-
have one of these. I've got a 3-tier system, but I just wondered.
Okay, yeah.
I've got a pump,
So definitely that's something you can do
pump it at the end.
if that's what you're going to do. Yeah.
To fill off.
Is there any reason why you couldn't sort of, get that to 75 degrees or whatever and pump back through here to sort of rinse through? And,
Do you want fresh water?
Um,
Add new water.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see any reason that you can't do
But I
that.
suppose
if
you're
you-
doing that anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, it crossed my mind as well.
Do you want to get something there and get a
sparge
little?
water on and keep pumping it through.
Yeah,
Sparge
I don't see. Like,
Absolutely.
So it's nice and clear.
Yeah.
To me, what was
I was
the
wondering. I was
same-
wondering when you're going to show us that actually. I was expecting an answer.
Sprinkler head.
oh,
Yeah, because they get the connection, everything.
yeah.
That's Mark 2.
That's yeah.
It's just an extra bit of pipe.
Yeah.
Sell as an accessory.
So yeah, you can. Yeah, there's no reason why
Deluxe version has
you
it.
can't go into that. Yeah.
Advanced version.
We sprinkler. Yeah, cool.
The thing, so talking about these other versions and things, doing stuff like that, what we'd want to do is definitely make it so that you don't have to buy this whole thing. Then once a new thing comes out, be like, oh crap, I need to buy a new thing. So that's why a lot of these are detachable
Yeah.
things. So if there's a new version, maybe just buy a new pipe
Yeah,
and
yeah.
upgrade a new pipe, and you can keep the same boiler unit.
Yeah.
And
Couple
obviously,
of mates of mine I talked about, they're like, oh, we should probably wait for version 2.
Yeah.
yeah,
Much better.
Service pack one.
yeah. So it'll be like version 1. Yeah, version 1 with
The whole thing
upgrades
will
that
bomb
you
out
can
though
then
if you try and do that.
mix and match. So we don't want it to like sell a whole new unit and discount a whole perfectly good.
Yeah.
So it's all, and with the control box, obviously, because it's detachable and stuff, if ever anything might go wrong with electronics or something, you don't have to send the whole unit or something.
Just take, you take
Control
that,
box.
you take that off
Take
and
that
bring
off.
it back to your store
Yeah.
and we'd send another one to the store.
Yeah.
And
See what's wrong. Pumps detachable, parts are detachable, and upgrades, like I said, new parts. Yeah, so 18 minutes to get to. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that either.
Allow for like 20 minutes to get to. Yeah.
Sign you up.
Okay.
Um,
Now the cover for that and adding hops at the right moment and all
Yeah,
that.
so
So
then-
how does that work?
So okay, so then
That's
you'll
anyone.
get to your boil. If you're doing a 60-minute boil, 60-minute hop addition, so you add your hops.
So how does that work? I mean, what sort of lid have you got? You have to lift
No,
it
so,
off or you
so for the boiling we don't do a lid.
So it's
yeah,
open.
just that.
Leave it open.
We don't want it to
Okay.
like just over. So
Yep.
it's just safer just to leave it open.
Yep.
So
Yep. So you
constantly
wind it up
it's
like-
always 3 litres an hour that it will boil off.
You just top that up if you need to, or you just start off with enough
Yeah,
that it can
so
go
if you
down
have-
to, okay,
yeah. So
Okay.
so just always for the
With 3
design
litres more than you
for the
need.
design of this it's it's a bit taller, a bit thinner. This one will do 3 litres an hour,
Yeah.
3 litres in 60
Start
minutes.
with 26 litres.
Yeah. So if you then see you need to boil for longer, because you need to get your gravity up maybe,
Yeah.
then you can, but just keep in mind that if you've added hops in the early stage, the hops would have boiled for longer, which
Yeah.
will give a more bitter beer or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. So yeah, just keep. But yeah, if you have that in mind, 3 litres.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll do your boil.
Yeah, well, tomorrow.
In your boil, you'll obviously just add your hops at your
Yep.
certain stages. Give
Yep.
us the boil 60 to 90 minutes. And after your boil, we'll just put the lid back on. And
Aha.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, you've boiled. Yep. Time's up. Then just this one resting on top. So just used it today, so it's a bit wet now.
So that's basically a pipe inside a pipe, right?
Yeah, so counterflow chiller. So this just connects to that now as well. Then you've got work out there. Just use it now. There's a tap here, which you can little ball valve tap. And then you've got 2 hoses here, one there and one at the bottom. So hot wort, so then this is where you switch a pump on. Hot wort would go in here flow down, come out there, so counterflow. So the bottom tube, which is on there now, you connect up to your tap. So it comes with the tap adapters for the kitchen, laundry, and outside garden hose. Yep. So bottom one connects to your cold water. Turn it on. Comes at the top as your water. So you turn your cooling water on first. Turn your pump on, and you can just control with the ball valve. Just control the speed that the wood comes out there. Just normally I leave it about half there, and it will come out. Yeah. Great. So this, and then this just goes into your fermenter.
Make Jim Beam.
Oh, you can do your own spirits, can you? Yeah.
Put the
Send us a YouTube thing, then we'll be able to link it to our Grainfather website.
There goes your last reason for not getting it.
I'm a Jim Beam man.
Right, cheers.
You've probably spoken to this guy in England called Grant Walker. You said I'm your biggest fan in the UK. I don't know if you've...
On Facebook.
Yeah, and through YouTube, and
Oh yeah.
he's keen to sort of see some details on it.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, Barry Wolf.
Grant Walker.
Yeah, very well have spoken to him.
International sales.
And some guys in the States are quite interested.
Quite well designed, eh?
Yeah, it's quite well designed.
Yeah, quite like that. Like the digital. You were supposed to say that? Damn it.